everybody. Welcome to yet another episode of What's Next. I'm Danny Coleman.
I'm Maryann Castello.
And we are coming to you right here from the City of Angels Addiction and Recovery Studios in beautiful Hightstown, New Jersey. Hello, everybody, on Long Branch Cable Channel 20. We want to say a big happy birthday to Kevin.
Yes.
Kevin Sherry at the Long Branch Cable.
Absolutely. And he celebrated his day.
He did.
Yeah, I saw it on Facebook. He did a singing debut. Did you see it?
I did. He's pretty good, too, actually.
Wasn't bad.
He did, you know what the name of that song was?
What?
Vehicle.
Vehicle?
The band?
Oh, yeah.
Ides of March.
Yes.
Right? International Touring Advisor Rich Shalanda is here with us tonight. Yeah.
And I think if Kevin Siri wants to come on What's Next and perform that, why not?
We'll let him do it.
Yes.
There you go.
There's your challenge.
That's right. Engineer Art is also with us this evening.
Yay.
Yeah. And What's Next with Danny Coleman and Maryann Castello is sponsored by City of Angels Recovery and Addiction Programs, as well as Recovery Spot New York, Monmouth Music of Red Bank, New Jersey, and
Neo Zoe Health and Wellness Center of Cranford, New Jersey.
there you go. And tonight we have a health and wellness holistic trainer, practitioner,
Yes.
all-around good guy coming on.
And he's got great energy, too.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He is here waiting to come on this evening. He is, he was born here, and he's a Jersey native, but currently resides in Half Moon Bay or Half Bay,
Something like
somewhere. California, out near Santa Cruz. That's where he's from. Ryan Hendrickson. Hello. And we'll be hearing from a very interesting guy. Very interesting guy. Fellow by the name of Moot Davis. Moot Davis is a great musician, plays rock and roll, honky-tonk, rockabilly. He's had songs on television, movies, all kinds of placements. He's lived in Los Angeles, Nashville, I think Atlanta, Georgia. He's lived everywhere.
Oh, wow.
But he too is from Hamilton, a Hamilton, New Jersey native. You wouldn't know it if you listen to his music. You'd think he's from,
The South?
oh yeah. You'd think he's a regular honky-tonk master himself, But Moot Davis will be here, and Moot's got a lot of things to talk about. I think he's running for political office and so on and so forth. So, yeah, he'll be here too. What's happening with you?
Well, I'm getting over our last episode of our ghost hunts.
Which apparently, now, I have to confess, I have not seen it yet.
Oh, I have. And the ending is absolutely fantastic. It draws you in, and it makes you a part of the video. It's wonderful. And I'm not giving it away. You have to see it.
But we do have to talk. You have mentioned that apparently when we went on this, what I thought was a faux ghost hunt, apparently Art caught a couple of orbs.
A couple of orbs. In the room that we suspected could be that people were telling us they have seen things or they experienced sounds, this and that. And we didn't physically see them probably because we had the white light of the camera. We didn't have the green light. But when I watched the playback, I was like, wow, they were right there.
So see that? You can go to What's Next with Danny Coleman on YouTube and Maryann Castello, and you'll see that, the ghost hunt.
That was fun.
On there. We had Blacklight Circle on last week too. Artie and Karen. Everybody went on this ghost hunt. And
the best part, because our international touring musician and advisor, Rich Shalanda, he gets like the heebie-jeebies. And if you missed that, I had a little bit of fun in that video. I couldn't help myself.
I have to go back and watch last week's show. However, Maryann also apparently, though, you learned a little bit of history about this place.
Yes, I did. Today.
As well.
Yes.
Dude, it was built in 1912?
1912.
Okay, this building. We are located in a church, actually, a very old, large church.
Yes.
Here in our studios in Hightstown, New Jersey. And as Maryann said, there have been reports of things, sounds, doors opening. We've had multiple guests see a woman in a room knitting at different times. Different shows, different things.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's a little history here, and that's what we tried to do last week and turned into comedy. But, go ahead, you learned some stuff today.
I learned some stuff today is that that this church, not only being very old, but apparently was on the internet saying that there was a cemetery nearby. And I finally was here in the daytime instead of at night where you don't see anything now. And I didn't see any cemetery. I saw picnic tables and all of that. And what I learned today is that this church and that parking lot outside was actually the cemetery. And somebody had asked, you know, so this church is built right on the cemetery, and we got a yes. And then somebody had asked, well, were those remains ever brought someplace else? And the answer was no. And so from looking at what I see outside, they paved right over it and built this church.
Could explain a lot.
It could explain a lot.
You never know.
And they put an addition on the building, and I was asked what staircase I came up. And of course, I'm going up the one that's the addition on the building. And when they were digging, they had found remains, is what I was told.
Found remains, human remains.
So that might explain what's been going on.
Well, you know, if you think about it, you know, we don't think twice about it, but every area was either woods or farmland at one point.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
the woods and the acreage outnumbered the homesteads.
Right.
So when people passed away, other than a few towns, you know, they probably got buried in the backyard,
Right.
right? Or a town like this that's an incredibly old farm community. You know, they would bury them in the churchyard. So, but you know, over time, these headstones disappear or the graves level out. You don't know what's underneath you. Anywhere you go, you don't know what's underneath you. You take it for granted. So,
This is true.
but
And the whole world is based on energy.
this is true.
You know, from
Correct.
trees to grass to everything.
And speaking of energy, again, we'll be right back with Ryan Hendrickson and Moot Davis. See you soon.
Are you constantly living with dysfunction in your life? If so, there's help. Neo Zoe, New Life Through Balanced Living, is a very unique holistic wellness company that's here to help you preserve a healthy balance and eliminate any dysfunction. We use an individual approach through nutrition, massage, and various other holistic practices. You can restore your optimal health and a healthy lifestyle. Visit us on the web at neozoe.com or call us at 732-713-0123.
All right, hello, welcome back to What's Next. And our first guest this evening here on the big brown couch is, what are we calling you? Personal trainer?
I'm a holistic health practitioner.
Holistic health practitioner.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got something in common with
Yeah,
you.
that's what I have.
Oh, cool.
Yes, there
All
we
right,
go.
nice.
So,
This is
he is originally from Hamilton, New Jersey, but currently you live
In Northern California, in Half Moon Bay.
Half Moon Bay, Northern California.
Lucky man.
He is Ryan Hendrickson.
Hey, thank you.
Let me
Yeah.
sit up a little bit.
Oh, hey now.
Hey, see?
Well, I do consider myself really lucky. I'm also thankful to be here. It's really fun. I consider luck to be just timing and preparation. I got out of Hamilton as soon as I could, and I've been there for 10 years. It's been really fun though. I'm spending the month back with my family and reconnecting with people, and then going over to Portugal on a surf trip. I haven't had a vacation in years.
That's right, you're a surfer.
Yeah, I am.
Did you surf first or holistically practice?
Actually, that's a good question. I've been surfing since I was 12, and I got into holistic health when I was in my teens.
Why?
Well, I was leveraging a couple of health challenges.
Okay.
Yeah, when I was a freshman in high school, I missed the second half to get some cancer stuff checked out, and then the year after that, I had meningitis, and I pretty much spent the rest of my teenage years exploring why. Yeah, and as soon as I graduated high school, I started personal training. Then I became a corrective exercise specialist, physical therapy aide, and then what I noticed as I progressed along with my career is, you would do all this stretching and all of these exercises with people, and make different recommendations for them, but for some reason they would just go right back to exactly the way that they were when they started with you. So I decided to explore the 5 things that the people who were really, really getting great results, really getting excellent results, all put on and did better than anybody else. And that's what I've been focusing on for the past 2 years.
And what are they? Do
Well,
we know?
Do you want to know?
I love how you just asked him that.
Why Danny
familiar?
Coleman?
Does this all
Why
sound
right now?
familiar? Look at him. You should tell him.
Should I?
Yes, it's better coming from you.
Oh, here
from a
we go.
woman.
Well, actually,
Here we go.
Actually, they're actually things that you might not expect. So, the number one most important thing for people who are trying to get healthier and trying to do it on their own and to put the pieces of the puzzle together and to claim their power, and even if they've been trying and flailing for years, the single most important thing is to focus on victory. And essentially what that is thinking about what your life would be like with no health challenges, putting yourself there, how you'd celebrate each day, what you would do.
Absolutely.
And then you have your coordinates. It's like you could build a really nice boat, but if you don't know where you want to sail it to, it'll sit in the harbor and get barnacles on it. So that's the number one most important.
Or float derelict.
Or derelict and crash.
Dereliction.
Yeah. Dereliction for sure. Yeah, you don't want to wash up on some random piece of sand in the bay. So
That would be No Man is an Island right there.
That would be-
We'll set sail for you.
that would be Gilligan's Island right there.
He's the professor.
That would be point.
I'm Maryann.
That would be Point Break.
We were just talking about Point Break. Yeah, that you had the titular role in that, in the titular
I did.
line in
It was
that
my
movie,
first
didn't you?
starring role. Yes.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Hey, so how do you? Well, how do we? First of all, how do you get your clientele?
Wow, that's a great question. I have a support group of over 300 families who are all involved in reversing chronic degenerative diseases. And I also teach a free workshop online.
Okay.
Actually, about the 5 shifts that each person needs to do to claim their health again.
Okay. Yeah, we got through the first 2. So what is the website, and then what are the next 3 shifts?
Oh, excellent. Well, you know what? I will actually leave you guys on a cliffhanger. The website is www.preventivehealthcoaches.com/heal. And that'll take you to the registration page to attend the workshop. And it's 45 minutes. We nail down all 5 of the things that each person needs to do.
So if you want to find out, you have to go to preventivehealthcoaches.
/heal.
Yeah,
/heal.
that's right. Yeah, preventivehealthcoaches.com/heal.
Heal, HEAL, right?
That's right.
Not like what a heel.
Yeah.
No, okay, good.
Yeah.
Just checking,
Not like broke a heel.
Correct.
Exactly.
Yeah. Or broke a heel.
This is true.
HEAL.
See?
Anyway, it's HEAL is the link, and again, that'll take you to the registration page where you can register for the free workshop. And the whole idea is to kind of bridge the gap for people, because when you go and try to do it on your own, there's a massive amount of self-experimentation,
Right.
and you might not have that much time, to try every single practitioner's protocol, read all the articles, read all the blogs, figure out what works best for you, and then go through the years of actually applying it. So essentially, what we do is we take the guesswork out and we meet people where they're at. And I think that's really, really missing in the holistic health field. Is there's this huge gap between, like gyms and personal trainers. You've seen the movie Dodgeball, right?
Yes.
There's a huge gap between, like, I call them the highly motivated fitness enthusiast and the people that we're trying to help. It's the reason why there's like more and more gyms popping up, more and more studios popping up all over the place, but there's still, an epidemic of iatrogenic deaths, which are, deaths by medical malpractice, and, it's a whole big thing. So there's more and more of that, and there's more and more gyms, but the problem is still there. And that's because the highly motivated fitness professionals, they play in their own sandbox. Like they play in the gym, they play in the health food store, and essentially our intention at Preventative Health Coaches is to bridge the gap between the two.
They are 2 places you will not find me. I can tell you that right now.
That's right, but we can hang out at a concert in Asbury Park and have a pretty good time.
We can.
Yeah.
We can do that. We'd be healthy doing that too.
We can be.
You can be. You can do it healthy.
Yeah, you can.
You can heal and not be a heel while you're healing. Just saying.
That's true. It just it really doesn't matter why a person is having the challenge that they're having. They'll figure that out on their own. But it's the how and the what that's really missing. A lot of the times when people hire like a practitioner or a trainer or a therapist, what winds up happening is they're accountability partners.
Okay.
Everybody's like, I just need accountability. Well, I call Bravo Sierra on that. What I found with accountability and accountability partnership is that you get dragged around by somebody else. This is kind of more this gap that I'm talking about between the highly motivated fitness professional and the people that we're trying to help. It's like when you go and hire an accountability partner, it's an excuse not to start. You're like, I don't have any accountability. I'm never going to be able to do this.
That's about right, Danny, right? You're speaking to him right there.
That's one of the reasons why looking for accountability is something that just widens the gap between, holistic health practitioners and the people that we're trying to help.
Okay.
Another thing that widens that gap is that when you're with that accountability partner and you don't perform the way that they want you to, there's a punishment. There's like some degree of shame and humiliation. Rather it's like 50 push-ups or, and that creates a dysfunctional parent-child relationship. Your accountability partner has their own agendas and their own challenges. So when you're using accountability to try to pivot into learning something, one of the things that happens is you wind up being stressed out by the changes that you're invited to make, even if it's a soft invitation or encouragement, because their success depends on your success.
Absolutely.
So that's where the punishment, shame, guilt, and dysfunctional parent-child relationship comes in, with accountability. So
I spent 20 years in a job like that, where they thought that fear was a great motivator, and that if they berated you and browbeat you, that you would do better.
No.
And then when you did better, they penalized you with more work.
How did that work out? Yeah, and that's essentially what it's like to spend $500, $600, $700, $1,300 a month on personal training.
Now, but what about those who it works for? Like, example, my son.
Yes.
Okay, my son, when he was middle school, high school, I couldn't get him to get off the couch to get the mail out of the mailbox, which hung next to our front door.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah.
And then something clicked, and he just decided, I want to lose weight. Mm-hmm. So we went to a dietitian, first thing he did. Second thing he did was he got a personal trainer, and then he joined the gym.
Mm-hmm.
And he dropped 70 pounds. He now runs Ironman triathlons and marathons, and now he's 6'1" or whatever he is, and he's like half of me.
Yeah.
That's
awesome. Does he still work with a trainer after all those years?
Yeah, sometimes.
Nice.
I believe he does.
So something clicked in your son as he was coming to himself, and he decided to get a dream team together.
So, well, how do you attract people to you so that they will listen to what it is you're trying to say?
Well, if you want to have the things today tomorrow's others won't have, you have to be willing to do some of the things that others won't do. So I teach this 45-minute course, as I mentioned before, and at the end, they're invited to fill out an application, explore a little bit more. Mm-hmm. They fill me in on where they're at right now and where they want to go. And if I can bridge the gap between the two, I'll show them exactly how. And if not, I'll direct them and refer them to somebody that could serve them.
Right.
Now, do you find, Ryan, with what you do, if you're just clicking on or tuning in, this is Ryan Hendrickson.
Hey. Preventative
For the
health
coaches.
That's it. Preventative. I wanted to say healthcare prevention.
Well, no, that's essentially that's exactly what it is, and I didn't want to like pick a cute brand name or anything like that. Like I'm right in Silicon Valley, and everybody has these. They add these LY words to like their startup companies. I didn't want to give it a confusing name. I wanted to call it exactly what it is. We're going to prevent you from lying on a hospital operating room table if we can. And if not, we're going to refer you to somebody who can get you that outcome.
Hey, Ryan.
What's up?
Well, you say it's about accountability, right?
Well, actually, it's about ownership instead of accountability.
Correct.
And both are valuable, but one is like silver and the other one is like gold.
Well, we have a little silver and gold here
Uh-huh.
because Danny shared on one of our health and wellness shows last week that he is taking ownership
Hey.
Oh.
of taking care of himself, where he's going to the gym every day.
No, I didn't say every day.
Well,
Don't
he's
get
going
crazy
to the gym,
now.
and he was going to give up some of his Oreos and stuff. And everyone here at COA Studios, is his accountability. Because now that he brought it to us, what he's doing, he took the ownership, but now we're holding him accountable.
So how
and
do
now,
we guilt
Ryan,
and shame Danny?
Exactly. So Ryan, right here, right on What's Next, we are giving your whole audience that we're holding you accountable now for ownership that he took for himself, right? Can you put that challenge to his audience?
Remind me, art engineer, to
I think
never
my
rob a
contract-
bank with her.
Well, I think my contract might be ending tonight, but it would be worth it in the end because he did take ownership. So I'm just trying to evaluate the,
That's right.
the
And
host right
I
there,
have been going to the gym
and you have been.
at my place of employment. Yes, I know you think this is lucrative and we make millions of dollars here, but we do not. So I have a day job, and I've been going to the gym at the day job.
Now, you talked about your son just now to Ryan. So what clicked on you to say, okay, I'm going to try to do something for me, make myself a priority? What did that to you? Because you were talking about your son, so how did it happen for you?
Well, there's been several things, actually, for me. Number one was I don't like the way I look in pictures.
Okay.
Number two, I don't like the way I look in a mirror.
Okay.
Number three is that I went to the doctors for the first time in 13 months, and all of my numbers were down. You know, and I'll make my cholesterol was 30 points below where it should be.
Good.
My triglycerides were 40 points below where it should be. My sugar dropped by 14 points from the last visit.
Okay.
And I'm thinking to myself, even my clothes, I am actually down a pant size.
Nice.
I know
he loses
it doesn't
his
look
pants
good.
in the hallway.
You know,
he shared
because-
that with us.
Right, yes, you've seen that. You've seen my pants drop around my knees, which is why I had to go down a pant size. So, you know, I'm thinking I'm in great shape. I stepped on the scale and I gained 5 pounds in 13 months.
5 pounds of what?
Fat, I'm sure.
Of twisted steel and sex appeal. 5 pounds of twisted steel and sex appeal.
Where's that
I don't know, you tell me, I'm not looking for
at?
it.
You made it up. So I decided that it was time that I went back. You know, when I worked for 20 years in a physical job outdoors, I could eat an entire cheesecake and work it off the next day before noon. I don't have that luxury anymore. You know, a back injury robbed me of a lot of things, including range of motion. So, you know, just diet alone didn't help because the change of going, 100 miles an hour, upstairs, downstairs, pushing, pulling, bending, twisting, lifting, lowering, pivoting, kept me in a shape that wasn't round. And then getting away from that and basically essentially being, because I had a back injury, bedridden for about 2 weeks and then walking with a cane for more than 3 months before I wound up with surgery at the end of 9 months. You know, when you're that sedentary, or you know the word, when you don't do anything,
Yeah.
Sedentary.
when you're going to gain weight.
Sure.
And it happens, and I tried to maintain it with diet. I mean, I like beer, but I gave up drinking beer. It's very rare that I drink beer now.
Mm-hmm.
I do drink liquor. I'm not going to lie, but I do. So, but you try and you try. And here I thought I was going to go to doctors and see results, and I had these results, except in the one where it mattered.
Hmm.
But they all matter.
And I understand that, but so I said, you know what? If physical activity is the only way, now my job, I walk 8,000 to 9,000 steps a day just in my job. But apparently I need more. I played golf the other day. It was cart path only. Okay, so we had to walk, and I'm a terrible golfer. So the cart path's on the right, and I hit everything left. So that's okay, because I walked 5.5 miles in a round of golf. 5 miles. The course is only like 6,000 yards, so it shows you how bad I am.
Oh, okay.
But the point is, that, I walked. I had exercise, and I can, when I do that, I feel better. And I don't always lead the best lifestyle, between, and our touring advisor might be able to help us with this, but when you're a musician and you're gigging, or like me, I have to cover concerts. I get very little sleep sometimes. I gotta get it together. I'm really only 32 years old. I look 75, but that's how it goes,
But you know what?
So-
We kid, and I do kid with you. I do kid, ladies and gentlemen, because we really care about you. But I wanted to know what made him say that, on the show, and it was just accountability, and we're all here to help.
that sly look on her face. So what do you do with a guy like me who comes to you and says, "Ryan, I want to lose weight, but here's my obstacles."
What do we do?
Well, first I hear them, and again, if I'm the right person to help you out, I will definitely show you exactly how, and if not, I'll refer you to something that'll serve you really well. Where I would start, I would actually start by having you fill out a lot of questionnaires. All right, we take a deep dive into what you feel best doing, and from there, we build your plan. We build your plan.
You
Serious.
really want to go there, Ryan?
I'm serious.
Okay.
I'm serious. So put it this way: if your program, whatever it is that you're going to use to get victory X, outcome X, if that pours more stress on your plate than you already have, it's not going to happen. You're not going to make the shift. So if your favorite thing to do is to walk instead of take the golf cart, so you can be out in nature, you like that, right? If that's what fills you up, that's one way, that's one thing we can move into your life to give you results. And a big part of it's enjoyment. I'm sorry.
Oh no, enjoyment, because we know what I like? That he actually goes on the real golf course. I'm the miniature golf queen.
Mm-hmm.
So you get to walk all your laps and do whatever. Does your ball go into like the little lakes and the rocks? And is that what you're alluding to? That you walk 5 miles on that golf
I
course?
play what they call military golf.
Yeah.
Left, right, left.
So I think you're in the right direction.
Mhm.
You're in the right direction, but could be a little bit crispier.
Right
Could be
church, wrong pew. Is that what you're telling me?
No. I think actually.
Yeah.
I think you are. I think you're moving in the right direction. You just might need some clarity on a few things, like how to get your metabolism working so that you walk around in your fuzzy bunny slippers and your bathrobe and burn body fat.
It's the Superman slippers he's walking around in, right?
And my velvet smoking jacket.
Yeah, with
It's like a Hugh Hefner.
DC monogram on it. What am I gonna get you for Christmas?
With a snifter and a cigar.
Exactly.
Wine and cheese.
Yes, Hugh.
Lose
No
weight that
problem.
way.
Wine and cheese party.
Oh, God. Sorry, Ryan. How do we find you?
Well,
Besides that What was that website again?
Oh, preventativehealthcoaches.com/heal. That's where you can attend the workshop, and that's actually going to give you the most information, the most clarity. It's just dropping truth bombs for 45 minutes and talking about things that no one else is talking about in the field.
Now,
Go ahead.
will they get you directly if they go to this website?
They will get me
Okay.
directly if they go to this website, absolutely. And they'll be invited also to have a discussion with me if they want, or one of my coaches. So there's other people on Preventative Health Coaches as well. So
Which is really good because you have a great energy. Now, I know that you said that you're based out of California.
yeah, I'm actually, we do everything remotely. So literally when I say we meet you where you're at and we take the guesswork out, yeah, I have a client, and the reason why I'm here at 8 o'clock is because I just finished working with a client in Maine. Clients in Maine, Washington, Texas, of course California, where our practice is located, and everybody is tuning in remotely. And yeah, we have an online members area where we
Okay.
teach them everything that they need to know to bridge that gap between where they're at right now and their victory.
See, I'm in. I got a members only jacket.
Ah, okay.
There we go.
What'd you get it at the Salvation Army? What'd you get the members only jacket? What did you?
You mean they're still not in style?
They're probably in style again,
The
That's
Look
right.
Twice consignment shop.
right?
Is that where you? I'm sorry.
Things go in what, 20, 30, 40-year cycles?
That's right.
Yeah.
See?
So that
You
means
too.
you're coming back to your Patrick
What's that?
Swayze.
Danny's going to be wearing parachute pants next time. He's going to be doing that
Oh, those Wikipedia.
MC Hammer dance.
Oh. All right. Well, we got to wrap it up,
All
Ryan.
right.
Thank you so much, buddy,
Yeah, it's been a
for
pleasure.
making the trip in here.
Hilarious.
That's
Thank
Ryan Hendrickson, and you can find him online where?
PreventativeHealthCoaches.com/heal. Take the workshop, the 5 steps to reversing inflammatory diseases and discarding depression, and we'll talk to you there.
There you go.
Okay, thanks,
we'll
guys.
be back with what's next.
All right.
If addiction, pain disorders, and mental health issues control your life, and you are ready for change, Recovery Spot offers expert outpatient care for addiction, pain disorders, and mental health issues. We offer focused, high-quality treatment specifically designed for you. The Recovery Spot, we offer new hope for those suffering from pain and addiction. www.recoveryspotny.com. We're located in New York City.
Hi. Due to unforeseen circumstances, our special guest, Moot Davis, could not appear this evening, but we've rescheduled him for a future show.
So, Danny, what's next?
Well, I'll tell you what's next, Mayor. What's next is Engineer Art went down to the vault in Camden, New Jersey, Saturday afternoon, and what he found there was that the good people of Revival Addiction were having a little fundraiser benefiting the City of Angels. And right now we're going to show you some footage of the great music and everything that went on at the great vault. The vault houses the catalog of the RCA Victor Empire. The RCA Victor was located on the Camden waterfront, and that is where the very first vinyl record was ever pressed. And it's a really neat building. It's a really neat museum, performance center, and it's a great all-around thing. And we want to thank Revival Addiction for helping out the City of Angels, and check it out. We'll see you next time.
Sometimes I feel like life is cheating me. Walk around this beautiful world all alone, with my head hanging low. And the people seem to look right through me. My dear, I fear that I might as well be a ghost. And oh, I thought I had it, but I lost it. That I'd never come across it, that I'd never see. Ooh, I thought that you might be the answer, but I guess that all I'm after is nothing more than make-believe.
is chocolate chip, Mr. Whipped Cream. Hey, my name is Chris Williams alongside
Dominique Spinelli.
and I'd like to welcome everyone to the second annual Revival Addiction Benefit. Thank you for being here. And as you know, with this band up here, the Revival Addiction Benefit is not only a stage and a platform for artists to perform, but also for us to embrace our community and talk about the addiction that is going on. And 100% of your contributions for the Revival will be split equally with the City Angels of New Jersey and the Overdose Prevention Agency Corporation. So, Dominic, you want to tell them a little bit about the City of Angels?
Sure, the City of Angels, they conduct interventions and recovery support for free, and you don't need insurance.
And a little bit about the Overdose Prevention Agency Corporation. It seeks to strengthen the impact of Overdose Prevention Act by educating the public about the bill, including details about the community that may be provided with those who make 911 calls during an active overdose. Also provides resources to improve the availability and the knowledge of Narcan. I didn't want to say the official name because my reading skills is a little below average. But we know Narcan. Narcan, and the substance that can reverse the overdose process.
We'll have some speakers from those two coming up later.
Okay, so I want everyone to take a look around the room. Just take a little look around the room. Okay, at the front door, you can make a donation to the Revival Addiction via cash, credit, or check. You can buy tickets or enter in the drawing. $10 for 5 tickets. Win prizes from local restaurants, gyms, salons, clothing stores. And you can probably talk to any questions to Daria Savannah right there, the gorgeous, my Iranian queen, my Jewish queen.
Thank you.
Yes. And there's George there. George doesn't have a last name, he's just George. That's just George right there.
So in the back of the room, we have a silent auction going on, and there's also some art being sold. So please go check that out. The artists are very talented. I love the pea pods in the back.
And the winners of the auction and drawing will be announced at 5:45. So stick around for that. And you want to tell about Mary's?
Sure.
Tell about Mary's!
Mary's Mobile Diner is going to see, we talked about food and I got excited. Mary's Mobile Diner is going to be outside. A portion of their profits is going to come to the Revival Addiction. So
Okay.
please go outside and buy from the truck.
Yes.
And they're coming at 1:30.
1:30.
So raise the roof on that. Raise the roof on that. And the first 20 people to sign up for the Narcan administration, training, and treatment info table receive a free Narcan training session. And remember to donate at I'll just show it to you individually because it'd be kind of weird to read a web address, a URL, that'd be kind of strange. But also today, if you guys are taking any pictures or you're posting on social media, please hashtag Revival 2018 because this is the second annual and we're very successful this year. Thank you to the hard work of Daria Savannah and her team, and Eileen, hey Eileen, and April, and George, and the vault here in Berlin. Somebody took me to the wrong vault. My Uber took me to this other vault in Barrington. I'm like, this ain't where I want to be. Like, that's where you get drunk. This is where we save lives. Okay. So we have a great show with performances right now. Dominic and I are going to read off a couple of people that are going to be here today.
Yes.
We have Anthony Hold on, I got this. We have Anthony Parisi in the sidecars.
We have Camille Carito.
We have Honey Tiger.
Now, that's like my stripper name. We have Rich Quick.
Hey. We have John Dutton and Aaron Heel.
And we have American Dinosaur.
And lastly, we have Eric Goldheim.
So we're excited. So let's start with Anthony Parisi and the sidecars.
Yeah!
sinking shit go down faster than the sinking shit. Yo, rich quick, who you think you is when you go out? How many free drinks you get? How many freaks freak the freaks you with just to get you to notice that they freak legit? Is this real life? Could this be true? That rich quick is more successful than you? My dear God, this can't be. Mr. Love Life, start a fan stand.
Since 1987, Monmouth Music has served the local music community of Red Bank from their location at 30 Monmouth Street in the center of historic downtown Red Bank, New Jersey. Owner-operated, Monmouth Music provides lessons of all levels, beginner through professional, as well as brand-name instruments and a repair service. For all of your musical needs, go to Monmouth Music. That's Monmouth Music, 30 Monmouth Street, Red Bank, New Jersey.
Well, we learned a lot tonight, again.
Yes, we did.
We learned a lot tonight again here on What's Next with us.
I know I kid you, but I am proud of you for the health segment and taking accountability. I know I really pick on you, but it's done with love.
You know, it's funny. When I was a kid, I was, razor thin. And then, as you get older, there's just certain things you can't fight. Even if you're in good shape, you can't fight hereditary, issues. You can't fight. I'll never forget. I'd seen my cousin for the first time, probably in about 8 months last year. We went trout fishing, and I came down, and she goes, "Man," she says, "I thought that was Grandpa coming down here."
Oh wow!
Because now that my hair is white
Mm-hmm.
or gray, and
It's
you know,
distinguished,
and my face because I gained weight because my face filled out, and I started looking and I looked like my grandfather, and you know, there's just certain things you can't, but there are things that we can all control, and it's just like anything else. You know, you have to hit a point
Right.
where what was that old Richard Simmons tagline? Stop the insanity. You know, no, I'm not wearing them shorts. But the point is that, you know, we all hit a point, and it's just like, you know, we operate here out of the City of Angels Addiction and Recovery Center programs, and you know, you're not going to help anybody unless they're willing to help themselves.
That's correct.
And it's the same thing with your health and wellness, or your weight, or your diet, or you know.
Right.
That was really a big blow to me when I walked in there and she says, "Yeah, but you gained 5 pounds." How did I gain 5 pounds?
But you know what? I'm proud of you. I know
So-
I kid you, and it's all done with love, but I'm proud of you.
So we're
So-
giving it a shot,
Yeah.
you know. So now it's funny.
And you know what's better? You have to answer to me. Yes, folks. He has to answer to me now.
You're my accountability.
He'll tell me to go out and fly a kite somewhere, but it's worth it.
You know what's funny though? That I go to this gym, and it's just a small gym. It's a hospital room essentially, about that size, and it's got a couple of treadmills and some free weights or dumbbells. It's got a universal gym and 3 exercise bikes,
That's all you need. Just
and
that.
I'm the only one in there. You know, I'm the only one in there, and then another guy comes in about 15 minutes before my workout's done.
Yeah.
So.
But you're taking steps.
But I'm taking the
And I'm
initiative,
proud of you,
right?
yes.
So, you too can do that
Yes.
because we are here to pump you up.
If you won't wear the shorts, we at least wear his headband.
All right, I'll do that.
Okay.
Notice I don't have a T-shirt on this week.
Oh yeah, you don't.
Yeah, I took the week off. I figured, you know, maybe we'll get a little interest. But if you want to come on this program, or you are interested in being a sponsor of this program, email us at whatsnextcoa@gmail.com. whatsnextcoa@gmail.com, and we will gladly bring you on the program. So that's it. That's pretty good.
That is
What do you
pretty
think?
good. I think it's great.
All right. So we'll see you next week. Good night, Long Branch Cable. And what's next?
Find out.
From knowing friends, family members that went through situations with addiction, it struck a chord with me. And I said, of course, I'm all in. So that being said, the song is called All In.
Changing